Hello there, I'm Lloyd Evans. Welcome to the attic. It's time for another voicemail. Today's voicemail is from an anonymous caller. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Hey Lloyd, it's totally fine if you use this, by the way. But I was just chatting to basically ask what you think of this game plan. So my plan is basically to tell my group overseer, "Hey, I'd like to step down as a ministerial servant and pioneer." And if they ask, just basically just telling me I have doubts about the organization and its validity, and whatever they do or whatever my group overseer does with that information, I really don't care. You know, if he sees that, considers me an apostate, that's fine. If he just considers me inactive, that's fine as well. I'm not really pressed on exactly what they do, but I just want to know, is that a good idea, just to basically step down and see what they do with that information? Yeah, let me know if you think this is a good idea, and I look forward to your answer.
Okay, you're getting an answer. In fact, you have already received an answer because this message, as I'm recording now, was left 2 weeks ago. And I just felt this was potentially such an urgent situation that I should respond personally. But I'm also responding publicly a bit later, just so viewers can hear your message and hear what I have to say for anyone else who might be in this situation, because I'm sure many people can relate to your predicament. So, first of all, it's not a nice predicament to be in when you wake up to the reality that you're not in the truth, that you are serving an organization that's extremely manipulative and abusive. And to make matters worse, you are involved quite deeply as a ministerial servant and as a pioneer. So you have some status and some privileges in the congregation. So it would be kind of quite a fall from grace in the eyes of the congregation, and I don't know, potentially in the eyes of your family. And that brings me to kind of the main thrust of my answer, which is, the game plan that you pursue, the way you approach this situation depends entirely on you and what you want to achieve and what you might stand to lose. So if you stand to lose significantly by having relationships abruptly severed because you are seen as an apostate, then I would really advise against the plan that you've described, particularly any language where you might disavow the validity of the organization. Any language like that would be interpreted as apostate or as tantamount to a declaration of disassociation. And again, if you have a lot to lose, if you have a lot invested in terms of family and community and social links, that you might need some time to kind of replace before you kind of cut the cord, then it's really worthwhile just having a little bit more restraint and doing things in a more measured way. And quite frankly, you don't need to tell the elders everything. Regardless of the situation. I know I was very minded when I was in a similar situation, or when I was disassociating. I felt very strongly that I wanted my local elders to know exactly how I felt. But with the benefit of hindsight, I can tell you that it really doesn't make any difference to them. You can give them the most compelling arguments in favor of distancing yourself from the organization. And if they are sufficiently indoctrinated and they're not having any doubts themselves, then it's just white noise to them. It just makes no difference whatsoever. Or it makes no difference to them and a world of difference to you if they use your words against you to make your life more difficult. So again, really it depends on how much you stand to lose. If you don't have anything to lose, if, say, all of your family are non-Jehovah's Witnesses already, or you have a very well structured social network outside of the organization that you can immediately run to and kind of suffer minimal emotional upheaval, then fantastic, go for it. But yeah, just tread carefully if that's not the case, and if you could potentially suffer harm through the shunning that Jehovah's Witnesses would inevitably visit upon you if you declare yourself to be an apostate. So that's basically my advice. Again, I've already called through privately and left you this message, but it might be helpful for others to listen in. Perhaps there are some who are in this situation right now, and this is also a dilemma that's facing them. Just, tread carefully depending on how much you have to lose. And bear in mind that, you're not against the clock. You get to do things at your own pace. This is your life. You're the one that's going to have to deal with the ramifications of any decision you make to sever ties with Jehovah's Witnesses. And you don't owe your elders anything in terms of any kind of explanation. You can essentially just tell them whatever they want to hear, so long as it buys you time to do things at your own pace. So I hope you found my answer helpful. Don't forget that if you would like to leave a voicemail, the thing to do is go to speakpipe.com/Cedars, remembering to indicate clearly if you don't want me to broadcast your message on this channel. That's all I have time for. Thank you so much for watching.